Good morning everyone, today we're going to be going over the full run of Malevolent Darkfall's Aegis because we were able to clear it as a duo. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. Now, the very first thing I want to go over is I forgot to mention something incredibly important yesterday in the pre-maintenance checklist video, and that is, of course, the event lady is going away. So if you haven't spent all of your seasonal points yet, please make sure that you actually spend them because, you know, the event lady will be going away. This includes the exchange minerals over here if you did need any of these first melt weapons, because remember, they did buff the living daylights out of Fixa Termina. It is incredibly powerful. As you can see, Fixa Termina 2 already gives you 19% critical potency, and at Fixa Termina 5 it gives you a whopping 25%. It's actually pretty insane. So even though the versatile weapons have minus 17% potency now, it doesn't really matter because you gain more than enough damage to the Fixa Termina. Now, if you do not see the exchange mineral shop over here, it simply means that you did not unlock it when it was available, so unfortunately you won't have access to this. Now, with all of that out of the way, I want to show off my stats over here. You can see that my potency is 164.9% potency, so we can chalk this up to 165% potency, and we were able to clear Darkfall's Aegis. Now, Emiko, on the other hand, was running a whopping 180 plus potency. They have fully min-maxed with Lux Hal finales. Everything is basically the highest you can possibly get, and they were pretty much hard carrying. However, the thing about running Malevolent Darkfall's Aegis with two people is the difficulty does scale, or the HP does scale. So even though Emiko was dealing significantly more damage than me, I still needed to contribute my part of the DPS in order to clear. And so I am pretty happy that we did manage to clear it. However, I was incredibly rusty while running this. There is a ton of room for improvement on my side. And the reason I say this is because NGS, or just PSO2 in general, isn't just about the gear. You can get the best in slot gear, you can get all of the really expensive augments and get your potency incredibly high, but that is not going to fix the main issue of learning the boss rotations and knowing when to maximize DPS. A great example is in the Gorge area right now, because it's currently still Ultra PSO2 day, I'm able to maintain 8,000 DPS against ancient enemies and dread enemies. However, against Malevolent Darkfall's Aegis, I was barely able to maintain 5,000 DPS, simply because I have not done the fight enough times to know when to maximize things, especially in a duo. It's incredibly different running it with 2 players versus running it with 4 players. When you run with 4 players, you have a lot more utility. You have blight rounds, you have Shifta, D-band. It's a lot easier to be a little bit more sloppy and still maintain a high amount of DPS. However, when you're running it with 2 people, or if you're running it solo, it's incredibly difficult, and you do need to actually learn the fights properly and learn all the rotations and know when to maximize and take advantage of DPS down phases, so forth and so on. And on top of that, Malevolent Darkfall's Aegis, you do need a certain amount of gear as well. Now, I'm not just talking about like your rare weapons or your Flugelguard weapons and your armors. I'm talking about like the Kodak weapon, the one that gives you a ton of damage resistance and stuff like that. There are certain weapons that, even though they aren't powerful, they have really good weapon potentials which can protect you in certain phases. And this is the beauty of NGS. It's, even though you can get the great gear and the great augments and, you know, have all of this fancy stuff over here, it still requires you to learn the fight and requires you to put in the time to get better at your specific class, and it rewards you greatly. And I feel like a lot of people have been neglecting this part of the game, and they're super hyper focused on, oh, I just need the highest percent potency, I just need gear, gear, gear. What they don't realize is, hey, you can make up for your lack of gear or your low potency as long as you put in the time to min-max the character, to learn the character, to learn the animation canceling, to learn how your rotations are supposed to work, so forth and so on. So even though you might not have the Meseta to upgrade your gear to crazy stuff, maybe you're just using full LC capsules at like 145 to 150% potency, you can still pump out a lot of damage as long as you learn the class and you understand how your skills work. And I think this is the main takeaway over here, especially after running Malevolent Dark False Aegis as a duo, and I have tried it solo several times, and I am nowhere near the skill level of a lot of the endgame players. Like the true speed runners, they are absolutely insane because they are min-maxing every little piece of damage, every little bit, and it's really amazing to watch them play. And so I just want to let you guys know that, hey, you know, even if you don't have the best gear out there, you can still be incredibly effective with your gear as long as you learn your class and you're willing to put in the time to actually get the muscle memory and all of that down. But anyway, with all of that being said, I'm going to leave you guys with the full run of Malevolent Dark False Aegis where I ran with Emiko.
Detected! Could it really be Dark Falls Aegis? Does this have something to do with the Starless activity?
This is an emergency transmission. We have confirmed signs of renewed falls activity. We are preparing an interception operation. Please prepare to deploy.
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel, it really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
And there we go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.